This is Sarah Karloff, and we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of The Mummy. Now let's go to the set and watch The Mummy come to life.
Behind me is a replica of Imhotep, the high priest of the temple of Karnak. Now look closely at the sarcophagus. The sacred spells which protect the soul into the journey of the underworld have been chipped out of the coffin. So Imhotep was sentenced to death, not only in this world, but the next. Today we want to bring you back to 1932 and imagine that we've got some very special guests from that era right here with us. Now, following his 1931 Frankenstein success and teaming with Boris Karloff, legendary makeup artist Jack Pierce was called upon to do both characters for The Mummy. One was Imhotep, as well as Ardith Bey, who was the Egyptian prince, who, as we all know, is the demon, who was very, very wrinkled. Now, Mr. Pierce, is it true with the Imhotep makeup that you did for The Mummy that it was one of your greatest makeup challenges to date?
That's true, Ivonna. The entire makeup, from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet, took 8 hours. First, the bandages on the body had to be put on. Then I sealed the bandages with tape so that they wouldn't unravel. Then after that, I put the burn bandages on. And after that, I put the clay on.
Now, why did you choose to use clay?
When he comes out of the sarcophagus, I created the character so that the bandages would break and the dust would fall off, exactly like a mummy that's been buried for 3,500 years.
Whoa, that's amazing. Now, we understand that after you got Boris and all of this, you know, his entire makeup, that something interesting happened. He actually had to use the restroom.
Well, that's true. We had to cut a hole, as they say. It's good for Boris because it took an hour and a half to get the makeup off.
Well, thank you for that amazing information, Mr. Pierce. You know, though Imhotep was only on screen for a few brief moments at the outset of The Mummy, the impact of his appearance still remains amazing. And we know that Fruin chose to show the character first as a lifeless entity in a sarcophagus, later opening his eyes and when the curse was broken. And then this horrific shot of his hand grabbing the sacred skull that has been foolishly unearthed by the explorer Ralph Norton, played by actor Bromwell Fletcher. And we know that Karloff worked the remainder of the production as Ardith Bey, you know, which was a much far simpler makeup design, stalking the grounds on which his rest was disturbed, searching out his princess, Oxanamen. Perfectly, of course, played by Zita Johann. How did you do that makeup?
Well, for that makeup, I accentuated Karloff's eyes and brow, and then I added my own personal mixture of cotton and collodion and fuller's earth.
But it's probably true that as Imhotep, he was only probably on set for a couple of days.
Well, that's true. I created a duplicate of the makeup. We call that the dummy mummy.
Oh, interesting. So I understand that you received a Filmograph Award. Now that would be like a precursor to the Oscar given to Hollywood craftspeople. And you received that for all your incredible accomplishments.
Yes, and it was really quite special because it was presented to me by Karloff. And it's the only award I was ever given.
Oh, God. Well, it looks as though he died in some sensationally unpleasant manner. Good heavens, what a terrible curse. Well, he went for a little walk, so that's a good thing. You guys should have seen his face. So the dead do walk again. Well, thank you, Jack Pierce, and we'll be right back with more of the 75th anniversary of The Mummy after this.